Alex Volkanovski's coach is baffled by the UFC's decision to run back Volk versus Diego Lopes. Even though their first fight was competitive, it wasn't the kind of matchup that demanded an immediate rematch, especially not when the featherweight division is stacked with elite contenders who've been grinding, winning, and actually earning their place in line. According to Volk's coach, it feels like these days title shots are less about merit and more about momentum, who's hot, who's trending, and who fans can't stop talking about. Most of the MMA community believes the next title shot should have gone to Movsar Evloev, the undefeated contender who's been sitting near the top waiting patiently, or to Lerone Murphy, who finally broke through and proved he belongs among the division's elite. Instead, the UFC went another way. Some fans are even pushing the idea that the UFC is trying to move Volk out of the picture by giving him knockout artists back-to-back. Meanwhile, Lerone Murphy went off on Twitter, venting about being passed over and joking that he'll fight every month of 2026, just out of pure frustration. Volkanovski's coach also explained why this rematch won't look anything like the first. Let's get into it.
I think Alex is a lot more confident this time. You know, he had a lot of doubt and a lot of pressure on him on the last fight, you know, after coming back from the losses. So this time out, you know, he's coming with a different mindset than he did to the last one. It's more like he's the old Alex again, where the last one he had to prove he was Alex again, I thought. Where now I feel he's a lot calmer in his training, and he's not putting that much pressure on himself, you know, because he knows that he's still got it.
I wonder what the big change is going to be for Diego in this fight.
Look, I don't know if he would take it to the ground after, you know, when Alex took him down that first round and, you know, sort of mauled him.
Michael Bisping just reacted to Paddy Pimblett getting an interim title shot against Justin Gaethje, a matchup that sent the MMA world into absolute chaos. The moment the news dropped, outrage exploded online. Fans called it a robbery, a rankings disaster, and pure punishment for Arman Tsarukyan. Instead of giving the shot to the guy who climbed the rankings the hard way and earned the #1 contender spot, the UFC went with star power. Paddy's hype, Gaethje's guaranteed violence. The storyline, the clicks, merit took a back seat. It's a lightweight version of what happened with Volkanovski and Diego Lopes. The hotter name got the shot over the more deserving contender. To make things even worse, Dana confirmed that the winner of Gaethje versus Paddy will face Ilia Topuria later in 2026. That means Tsarukyan, already frustrated after losing the Makhachev rematch opportunity, will likely be stuck waiting most of the year. Pulling out of the Islam fight cost him big. That was supposed to be the moment that cemented his shot, but now the division has moved on without him. What do you think happens in this fight? Drop your predictions in the comments. Now let's hear Bisping's reaction.
We know an interim champion basically means the #1 contender. But if Paddy can pull it off, unbelievable. That'll be 4 champs, 2 interims and 2 legit, well 3 legit now with Tom being promoted from the UK that have become champions. And for Justin Gaethje, this is the final go. This is the final crack of the whip. The man's had 2 title fights in the past, Charles Oliveira to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and now he gets to go up against Paddy Pimblett. Now talking about the matchup, of course it is an easier fight for Justin than what it is against Khabib Nurmagomedov, one of the greatest of all time. Islam Makhachev, the current pound for pound, and according to many people, a man that is surpassing Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? So in that regard, it is an easier matchup. Will Paddy be able to take him down? Will he dance around the octagon? Yes, he will. Will he try and replicate the game plan of Max Holloway? Of course he will. Who wouldn't try and do that? You aren't going to stand and go toe-to-toe with Justin Gaethje because the man does have knockout power. But underestimate Paddy at your peril.
Ilia Topuria is facing a massive lawsuit that could change everything for him. The 28-year-old star from Georgia is in the middle of a complicated divorce and custody fight with his wife, Georgina Badia, whom he married back in 2022. They share 2 young kids, a son and a daughter. According to Spanish media, Badia is seeking 50% of Topuria's estimated $10 to $15 million net worth, which includes his UFC earnings, endorsements, and sponsorship deals. Things escalated further after claims surfaced that Topuria had messaged other women, something Badia is reportedly using to strengthen her custody case. The timing couldn't be worse for his career. On November 27th, Topuria announced that he would step back from competition to focus on his kids and handle the legal situation. He also made sure the lightweight division wouldn't be held up, which opened the door for Gaethje versus Paddy to become the interim title fight at UFC 324. Fans and fighters, including Max Holloway, have shown support for Ilia as he goes through this rough chapter. Between his professional peak and his personal life falling apart, he's under massive pressure. How he handles both the cage and the courtroom is something everyone in the MMA world is watching closely. So far, Ilia has stayed mostly silent. Aside from a tweet and a brief interview with a Georgian journalist where he acknowledged the divorce but didn't mention the lawsuit.
ანუ ერთი არის ის რომ რაღაცას რომ იოცნებებ ვიზუალიზაციას რომ გააკეთებ და რა თქმა უნდა რომ წამს რომ მოხდება, მაგრამ მეორე არის უკვე რეალობაში როცა მოდის ეს ყველაფერი და მაგ მომენტებს ცხოვრობ, ხო? თვალგახელილი ოცნებობ ესე რომ ვთქვათ. და ეგ მომენტი იყო რომ ღმერთო ჩემო, ხო იცი რომ ეს მომენტი მოვიდა ჩემ თავს რომ უყურებდი, იმიტომ რომ ამდენი წლები არის მაინც ერთად მოვდივართ, ვიცით რა მომენტში შეგვიძლია ერთმანეთს ანუ მივაწვეთ და ხმა მივცეთ, ხო იცი რომ როგორი მომენტია, იცი რომ კი ნერვიულობ, გეშინია, მაგრამ არავის თოფი არ დაუდია თავზე და არ დაუძალები. მე თვითონ გავაკეთე ამის ვიზუალიზაცია, მე თვითონ მინდოდა და არ რჩება მაგ მომენტში შანსი იმის გარდა რომ უბრალოდ დატკბე ღმერთის ნაჩუქარი მომენტები.
Just weeks before UFC 324, the UFC officially booked Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo, and this matchup has huge implications. If Umar wins, he's unquestionably next in line for a rematch with Merab Dvalishvili. Umar is the only fighter in recent memory who made Merab look human. Everyone else has been dominated. Merab, coming off a dominant win over Corey Sandhagen, has been openly calling out Umar. In a recent interview with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, Merab said Umar acts fake on social media and lets other people post tweets for him. This fight with Figgy isn't just another step. It's Umar's chance to solidify himself as the true #1 contender and prove he belongs at the top.
I will never let my manager or my friend or my brother to tweet for me to say words it's not even mine, So that was like a lot of disrespectful words from him from the Twitter, and also he did call me fake champion, and then so what I was mad about most, he don't respect me as a champion,
That's it from MMA Time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA updates.